Yo, what's up, Inwood? I'm here on 204 and Broadway at Gaming Plus. Big shout out to Robert for letting me record here. Just want to say that the views of this podcast do not reflect the views of this fine establishment. What's up, NYC? What's up, USA? What's up, Canada? You still have some friends here, you know. Big shout out to all my Canadian girls that I hooked up with while in Canada or in Midtown. I miss my Midtown bars. I met so many women from all over the world in my Midtown bars. Big shout out to the playwright, Faces and Names, Lilies. Speaking of Canadian chicks, I want to issue an apology to one of my girls from Canada. She hit me up on some Trump trashing shit. And as a joke, I told her not to speak about my Supreme Commander like that. Have more respect, you know? I also mentioned how Canada will soon be the 51st state. Oh boy, what was that for? She went crazy. She was like, I can't believe I fucked a Trump supporter, blah, blah, blah. Love, that was all in jest. I'm not part of MAGA, okay? Don't get all your hockey pucks in a bunch. I was just kidding. Anywho, let's get on with the podcast, shall we? The Knicks beat the Boston Celtics, but now are 0-2 against Indiana. That first game, man, we were up 14 points with 2 minutes left, and they blew it. I'm just tired of going through this, you know? It's like falling for the same type of girl over and over again. You know, in the end, she's going to break your heart. Game 3 is tonight. It's a must win, whatever. Yankees and Mets are doing well, I guess. The New York Liberty are in full swing. I think we have a soccer team as well. I really need someone to do the sports segment, you know. I'm terrible at this. Proper. In the world of entertainment, Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, is on trial here in NYC. All the juicy details are coming out now. This dude is a monster and all. But so far, it's only about how he groomed his ex, Cassie Ventura, into all these freak-offs. All this sperm flying around and whatnot. He liked to see her having sex with other men, baby oil. I thought this was a RICO trial. He was sex trafficking. Again, I'm not defending homeboy, but the prosecution has to make that case. Meanwhile, another trial taking place on the island of Manhattan is the trial of Harvey Weinstein. He is being retried for all his rapes and all the horrible shit he did to women. What else? Kanye has Heil Hitler song now, climbing the charts. I think that might bar him from entering Germany. They take that shit very seriously, you know, in Deutschland. Kanye, man, this dude, when he came out, he was perhaps the last hip-hop album I listened to, you know? The College Dropout. Dude was talented, you know what I'm saying? Producing, writing, directing his own videos. But he has fallen to some low levels here, you know? Maybe I'm missing something. But, you know, when you praise Hitler, especially as a black man, it just makes no sense. Hitler thought you were an ape, you know, a monkey. In the 1936 Olympics, he would not even shake the hand of Jesse Owens, in part because he considered Jesse Owens to be inferior to him and his master race, but also because Jesse Owens proved to him in his home turf that an African American can smoke any Aryan runner the Nazis put up against him. So they went that theory, you know? So Kanye, praise Hitler all you want, but if the Fuhrer were alive today, he would be very confused if you threw a Sieg Heil his way. So they caught the guy who fucked the corpse on the train a while back. The corpse fucker. This dude, man, I guess this motherfucker is gay because the dead body he had a bump and grind session with was that of a man's. He's a same-sex necrophiliac. Some would justify having sex with a recently deceased beautiful woman, but not I. This story really baffles me. Just when you think you've heard all these subway stories, you know? And so you're walking along on the train and you see a man's soul leave his body. And of course, the low-life move to make would be to take his wallet, which he did. But then he decides to have non-consensual sex with homeboy. If you would have ate him for hunger, not sex, that would have been more dignified. Fucking MTA, man. You can't even die with some dignity. So Trump has passed the 100 days mark in office. Here are some images to sum that up. Qatar has also gifted our supreme leader with a new plane. I wonder what they're getting in return for that. But what's wrong with Air Force One? Anyway, that's a great gig. I wish I had a job where a foreign country gave me a $400 million gift. To his credit, the traffic at the border has almost stopped. That was a problem. Biden and the Democrats failed to acknowledge it. Trump ran on more security down there, and he's doing something about it. As for the tariffs, I hope our supreme negotiator knows what he's doing. Just recently, he had the president of South Africa at the White House. Trump ambushed him with some bogus claim of there being a genocide on white farmers. What's the overwhelming evidence for this genocide? Maybe a clip he saw on YouTube, you know? Oh, and the pictures he was showing the presidents of South Africa were from the war in the Congo. Not South Africa. In international news, we have a new pope. He's American. The first gringo pope. How about that? Good for him. I wish him all the happiness and joy that I get when I do this podcast. I may not be a Catholic, but as a heathen, I will let you in on a secret. I find Catholic churches to be very peaceful. There is one right here in my hood on 207th Street and Broadway. Sometimes I walk in there when there's no mass and I just sit down for about 15 minutes just to think about nothing. I can hear a pin drop. It's so quiet in there. Then I come outside and it's like, Dime lo loco! On to the main segment. We deserve better, us, the American people. We are white, black, Latino, Asian, Arab, and native to this land. We are migrants to this land. We are Christians, Jewish, Muslims, Sikhs, Hindus, Buddhists, and secular. We are straight, gay, transgender, and non-binary. We are entrepreneurs, innovative, industrious, and imaginative. We are the entertainment capital of the world. We are the tech capital of the world. We are the finance capital of the world. Our GDP is still number one. We are small business owners. We are working class, middle class, blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, and a select few are filthy rich. God bless them. God bless us all. We are a multicultural, multi-ethnic democracy. We are citizens with the right to speak our minds, the right to due process, the right to bear arms, the right to a free press, and the right to protest. Rights we should never take for granted, and that are not granted in many parts of the world. So what's getting in our way? What's hampering our progress? The elected class, the politicians, the senators, the House of Representatives, Congress, the executive branch, Democrats and Republicans. All we have is two choices to pick from, Coke or Pepsi. And all they do is divide and conquer us. To be an elected official, whether it's the Senate or House, does not take much. You don't even need a high school diploma. You can have a felony, and that applies to the executive branch. And the perks are amazing. You get the best health care, great pension, six-figure salary, and as long as you can keep getting elected, you can have that job for the rest of your life. At least with the office of the presidency, you have an 8-year limit. Most senators are millionaires. The House of Representatives has its share of wealthy individuals, And if you get tired of swindling the American people, they can go into the private sector, work for a lobbyist, and make serious money. Our elected officials have not been able to balance the federal budget since the year 2000. That was the last time we had a federal surplus. The national debt was at $5 trillion back then. Since then, our government has been operating in the red year after year, Congress after Congress, administration after administration. The national debt is currently at $36 trillion and counting. The average American can't afford to slip up in this fashion. A couple of missed payments on the mortgage, and the house is foreclosed. We stop paying our rent, and the eviction process begins. Miss a few payments on the car note, and the car gets repossessed. In this century, we've been plunged into not one, but two ill-advised wars. We had a financial crisis in our banking system that almost took down the world economy due to lack of oversight and regulation. Now in the year 2025, we have another Trump administration. But I dare say that this mayhem is not the answer. We deserve and can do much better than this. Thank you for listening. Carlito Talk Shit is written and produced by yours truly, Lampo Media 2025, and we out.